All right. So let me start with the main takeaways. One, learning doesn't always strictly happen inside the confines of a traditional academic calendar. I took, I did not graduate college on time. Did you know this about me? I actually took a semester off, and that totally screwed up my schedule. But it was one of the best decisions that I have ever made. It's probably one of the most professionally impactful things that I've done. Takeaway number two, opportunities don't really care about your schedule. The unexpected and inconvenient things that pop up in our life are often the most valuable experiences. So don't be scared of them. Chase after them from time to time. You might learn something fun. And number three, getting connected with a good mentor is probably one of the greatest growth opportunities you can avail yourself to. Spending time with and apprenticing under somebody who has been where you want to be, it's like using cheat codes. And you're not just getting the knowledge of how to do something, you're also getting all the shortcuts, all the what not to do's, all the wisdom that can only come from experience. Let me tell you how I know this. In 2007, I was working at a summer camp. I was the video guy running around and filming all the kids doing their crazy activities and staying up until sunrise, editing a highlight reel that we would show at the end of each week. Shout out to my Sandy Cove crew. This guy shows up, another videographer, a professional, who the camp's parent organization hired to make a few promo videos for their various programs. And I would be lying if I said I didn't feel a little threatened at first. I was a video guy. Why did they call this guy? What does he have that I don't have, besides decades of experience and much nicer equipment? But the camp director introduced the two of us, and we quickly hit it off. Now, I was studying, I was interested in being a video producer, videographer, something of that sort, myself. So this guy and I, we had some good conversations, and I was able to serve as his assistant while he was on site for a few days. His name was Britt Jones. And he is the person I would like to say thank you to today on this Thankful Thursday, because of what happened next. Later in the summer, after I got back home from my camp job and I was getting ready to head back to college to start my senior year, I got a call from Britt. He invited me to come out to Colorado, where he lived, for 3 months to apprentice with him. I'd be helping him with the video that he shot. I'd be helping him edit and work on a few other projects. He would pay for my flight. I would be staying with his family. His wife was an amazing cook. All expenses would be covered, and I'd get hands-on experience with a pro, learning the very thing that I wanted to do someday. It was the opportunity of a lifetime. Britt gave me 3 days to pray about it and to get back to him with a decision. Now, I forget all the details. I forget why it was such short notice, but I was just a week or two out from starting my semester for my senior year. All my classes were scheduled. Taking a break would set me back. I'd have to contact the internship office to make sure I could get credit for this. And I just recently started dating someone not 2 months ago at this point, and now I'd have to leave the woman of my dreams behind in Pennsylvania and shift into long distance relationship mode for 3 months. Spoiler alert, it worked out okay. She's my wife now. But this was definitely one of those unexpected and mostly inconvenient things I was talking about earlier. And it was fantastic. Britt was an amazing mentor. he didn't just teach me how to shoot and edit video. He taught me how to find the heart of a story, how to ask the right questions during an interview, how to run a business. I mean, he was self-employed. He was doing this for himself out of his home. Look where this is headed. How to divide work and life, how to use your skills to serve a greater purpose, how to connect with people, how to track your business mileage, like practical things, and then the power of generosity, more conceptual things. He taught me so many good lessons. I got a whole personal finance course while I was with this guy. That was a total bonus. But like a lot of my personal finance ideology, philosophy, and methods came out of my time with Britt. I learned how to drive stick. I almost forgot about this. First time I drove stick was in a truck in the mountains, and it was one of the most nerve-wracking experiences of my life. And that's including the time when I'm pretty sure I was being stalked by a cougar, which was also something that happened during my Colorado semester. When we traveled, I accompanied him to help shoot some other projects in Portland, San Francisco. We went to South Carolina and Chattanooga and Indiana. And then we went to freaking Africa. That happened later, but we kept in touch. We did some projects together. And then about a year later, he invited me to help him out with another project. And we spent a month going to Nigeria and Kenya and Burundi and Tanzania. So many formative experiences of my early adulthood were courtesy of Britt Jones. I am so thankful for his mentorship, for his willingness to invite some goofball college kid into his home. I mean, I had to take something of a risk to temporarily upend my college plans, shift into long-distance relationship mode, and fly off to the mountains into Black Widow and Mountain Lion country. But the Joneses, they took a risk too. They didn't know me. When they offered to buy me a plane ticket to tidy up their guest room and teach me in 3 months more than I had learned 3 years in the classroom, that alone, that demonstration of generosity and a desire to invest in someone else's growth and success, that was an incredibly valuable lesson. Now, I didn't go off to become the next great American filmmaker. I actually only dabbled in freelance video production for a couple of years before I landed a full-time marketing job. I still got to pick up a camera from time to time, and look at me now. I'm cameraing. But it wasn't just the specific skill sets that Britt helped me develop. He helped set me on a course to promote my freelance gig. I decided I probably should build a website. So I started learning web design, and I started dabbling with graphic design and a smattering of other things here and there. And then a friend reached out and told me about a job where they could use some help with some video and some web design and some graphic design and a smattering of things here and there. And the rest is, as they say, history. I developed new skill sets at work while I kept freelancing on the side. I kept drawing all this while from the foundational storytelling principles that Britt taught me. I kept applying the personal financial wisdom he shared. And since moving into full-time self-employment, now I'm digging back into some of the things I learned and observed from him during those 3 months 15 years ago and applying that to my everyday life today. Find a mentor and be a mentor. Or if that seems too formal or too big a commitment, I mean, where do you get a mentor? Is there an app for that? Don't apply a label to it if that's going to kind of complicate things in your brain. Just spend time with people and be humble and commit yourself to learning from others, and then be generous with your own time and knowledge. Thank you, Britt, for your generosity. If anybody is interested, needs help with a video project, uh, especially if you're out in the Colorado area, although he travels the entire world. You can learn more about him at globalreality.biz, which, yikes, I'm looking at it now, and I don't think he's updated it much since I mean, he has new content on here, but it looks very similar to what I remember it looking like when I was working with him. So, Britt, if you want to refresh, reach out to me. I'll help you out. It's the least I can do to express my gratitude for everything that you've done for me. And it's a little bit later than I typically do this, but there's still time for you who's watching to go reach out to somebody and let them know that you are thankful for them on this thankful of Thursdays. So go ahead, go do that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.